just give a minute. Good morning, everyone. Let's get started. So, welcome to the session of Java 8 features, and we are going to complete in 15 days. So, are there anyone who joined newly today? Are there anyone who joined newly today? Yeah, Raj. Okay. Are there anyone else? Okay. So, Raj, this course we have started yesterday. So, yesterday we have gone through the course content. The course content for this is we are going to, the prerequisite for this course is to have the core Java. You may not be master in core Java, but some knowledge of core Java is needed. And then we are going to look at all the Java 8 features like interface changes, Lambda expression, function interface, predefined function interfaces, method reference, stream API, optional class, collection API improvement, string joiner. And the course fee for this is 2,500, and the duration of the course is 15 to 18 days. And I'm going to provide the notes, separate notes, which I have written, and the code, whatever the program that you are going to write in the class, that also will be shared with you. And the timing is 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Monday to Friday, Saturday. So this is the at high level, like what course content. So if you want the brief in details like what we have discussed yesterday, so today you are going to get an email from the Ashok IT. In that email, you can have the link of yesterday class. You can watch it again. So any questions so far? Those who join newly on the course content?
No.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, now, and apart from that, we also started looking at yesterday, what are the differences between an interface and say we have looked at what is the interface and what is the abstract class, what are the differences. So can someone tell me what is the differences between interface and abstract class before Java 8? You can unmute yourself and speak, guys. Anyone who can answer this.
Interface contains only abstract methods, and abstract class contains both abstract and non-abstract methods.
Okay.
And interface cannot hold the state of an object, but abstract class can hold the state of an object.
Okay. What does it mean, state of an object?
Means the variable value will be different for each object.
When it is a final, right?
When
If it is not a final, if it is not a final variable, we can modify. But if the variable is a final in an interface, it doesn't matter what object of a class you use, it is final. But if it is an abstract class, by using the constructor, though the variable is final, you can assign a object specific values. But once you assign it, you cannot modify it, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So and there is one more thing.
And we can achieve multiple inheritance through abstract class, but interface it can't.
No, interface multiple inheritance is possible, but after abstract class we cannot do multiple inheritance because you cannot inherit two classes at a time, right? Extends keyword does not allow two classes, but you can do with that with a multi-level inheritance, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now there is one more difference that interface, we can use an interface to provide a specification. For example, if in your project there are different teams are there. So why do we use an interface? The reason for that is like other team, like there are two teams. One team is dependent on, let's see, there's a team called A and there's a team called B. Now B team is waiting for the API to be developed by the A team. Now, when you are developing, do they need to wait for your development is completed? In real time, if two teams are working parallelly, do they wait for the one person completes the development and the second one will start, or they will start parallelly?
They will start parallel.
So, but how do you get the agreement? So
by
that's
seeing
where,
the interface
yes,
document.
yes. So that means the A team will say, hey, my development will take 1 month of time, but in the meantime, I am writing one interface. That means the interface will have a specification, correct? It just have a method name, and it will have a what is the object and what is the return type. So by looking at that, the B team does not need to know what is a implementation of that method, right? So the interface implementation will be provided by A team. That's it. It's their headache how they will do. But they will provide a interface to the B team by looking at the interface definition and the method name, arguments, and the return type. The B team can do the development. That means interface is more like a specification. But so that means if you are giving a interface to someone else, do they know what are you doing the logic? What is the code that you have written inside the implementation class?
Don't.
No, they can't see, right? They can see only method signature. But if I give you the as a for a specification, if I am providing you the abstract class, can you guys see what is happening inside abstract class? Because abstract class can have abstract methods and non-abstract methods also. So that means in order to provide a specification, what is the better one?
Interface.
Interface, correct? Yeah. So this is about the interface differences till before Java 8. But from Java 8 onwards, there is one difference that has been gone, right? So from Java 8 onwards, you can write non-abstract methods also, right? In the interface. Now let us see that what is that non-abstract methods. See in the, now I have written one interface, test interface. Are you able to see, are you able to write one non-abstract method?
Yes.
Yeah. So that means, so this is the change. Now from the Java 8 onward, this difference is no longer valid, correct? Interface can have non-abstract methods also, abstract methods also. Abstract class also can have non-abstract and abstract. So that means this difference is no longer valid, but all the remaining differences are valid. Okay. Now the question is, what is the use of having this? So that means what kind of a methods that you can write in an interface? Static methods and default method. Default method is nothing but a access modifier is default. So you can write a static method or a default method in an interface.
We cannot write private methods, right?
No, you can from Java 9 you can write, but from not from Java 8.
Okay.
From Java 8 onwards, you can write only default and static, but from Java 9 onwards, you can write a private method. That's a introduction happened in a Java 9.
Okay.
Okay. So now the question is, what is the use of having this static method? What is the use of this default method, right? Now let's look at, let me create some one interface. I'm creating one interface called test1. Okay. So it has a M1 method, public void M1. This is an abstract method. Let us write public void M2. Okay. Now, this interface is implemented by class called A1. A1 is a class, implements test1. Okay, done. Now, whenever I am implementing, so what I need to do, guys?
You need to override the methods.
We need to
Provide the
override all the
implementation for, yes.
abstract methods. Right?
Interface method.
Yeah. If I don't do that, what happens?
Compilation.
So how can I solve this compilation error apart from the overriding the methods?
Make the classes abstract.
If I make the class as abstract, that is also another way, correct? But let's do that. Yeah. So I'm overriding. So let's write just sys out A1 class M1 method. Okay. Let's do the same thing. A1 class M2 method. Done. Now let us create one more class. A2. And let's create implements M2, right? Sorry, not M2, it's a test1. That means I'm creating another class which is also implementing same. Let's copy the code. So A2 class M1 method and A2 class M2 method. Okay, done. Okay, done. Now I will create one more class called A3. So how many classes I have created?
Three.
Three classes.
Still
classes.
now,
Yeah, all these 3 classes are implementing test 1 interface,
Test
right?
1 interface.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now assume that I'm going back to the Java 7 till Java 7. Okay. So if assume that this is the code that is present in your project, and if someone is introducing one new method in this test interface, what kind of methods can they write before Java 8?
Only
Abstract
abstract
methods.
methods.
Okay, that means if I am introducing one more abstract method called M3, what happens if I
Compilation
save it?
error.
All the implementation classes will get the error.
What is the reason we are getting error?
We have
We
to
have
provide the
to
implementation for that.
So that means if this is a scenario, then what is the problem? So though, see, this M3 method, you may require this M3 method in A1 class and A2 class. In A3 class, you don't need it. Okay, but still, whether you need it or not, whenever you are writing an abstract method in the interface, you need to override it. And before Java 8, you can write only abstract method in an interface, correct? You cannot write more than, like non-abstract methods. So now the problem with till Java 7 is that if you are writing an abstract method in an interface, what happens? If how many classes that are implementing this interface, you have to modify the code over there, right?
Yes.
So that means it is not providing the compatibility, right? Right. So now in order to see if you want to overcome this scenario, what you need to do? Generally, you will follow that you create one more interface and keep this M3 method in another interface, and then in A1 class you implement test2 also, correct? That is the way you do it earlier, right?
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
but now see, in order to, so that means, but instead of this writing this M3 as a abstract method, but from Java 8 onwards, can I write a default method?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just write it as a access as a default. So whenever I write a default method, am I getting a compilation error in all these 3 classes?
No.
That means what it is doing. So in the existing interface also, can you write a new default method? So
Yes, we
now
can.
from Java 8 onwards, in an existing interface, I'm able to write a default method. But writing a default method, is it impacting wherever this interface is implemented?
No.
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 So that means, can I say it is providing the compatibility in A1 class, A2 class, A3 class, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So that means the introduction of a default method in the Java 8 interface will allow backward compatibility. So now in the interview, they will be asking, what is the change happened in the Java 8 interface? You can answer that. We can write a default method from Java 8 onwards. But what is the advantage? Advantage is nothing but it will provide the backward compatibility. Okay, it will provide the backward compatibility. Now, so now I have written this one. Okay, now I am writing this one in this code. I am writing just a line M3 method. I'm just writing some logic called int c equal to 10 plus 20. Some logic, anything, you can write anything. Okay, now C. So that means if you look at here, what is the logic I have written in the default method M3? Addition,
Yes,
correct?
yes.
Addition. Yes.
Now, can I access this M3 method in the interface?
Yes.
Yes. Now, what is the way to access? Okay, main method. So now, whenever you are writing implementing, whether you are using a implements keyword or extends keyword, can I say that you are doing a inheritance?
Yes.
Yes.
So whenever
You
you're
can
doing an
access.
inheritance, in this scenario, can I say that A1 will become a parent and A1 becomes child?
Test is the
Child.
parent.
Test is
Yeah,
okay.
test1 is parent.
Parent.
Okay. Now, if I, in the main method, if I create a child object, can I access the parent class methods?
Yes.
Yeah. So now in the parent class, parent in the parent, it can be a class or it can be an interface, correct?
Yes.
In the inheritance is possible using an interface or class. Now here the parent is interface. Now by using a child class object, can I access the parent class method?
Yes.
Default method? Yes, let's see that. Look at here. Sys out a dot m3. See, am I able to see a dot m3? If you look at the suggestion, m3 is a method name and the return type is void, and where this is present in the
Test.
interface,
Test
test one. Yeah, test one interface. Now let's do, so okay, don't do the system.out.println, just call this method. Okay. Now and see whether I'll run the program and see. See, am I able to get the output? That means, am I able to
Yes.
call the default method present in an interface?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, correct. But now by default, if you are calling, what is the logic you have mentioned in the M3 method? Addition of two numbers, right? Now, but in the A1 class, I don't want to perform addition of two numbers. By default, since because of the inheritance, that method will be coming here. But I want to write some in the M3 method, I want to write subtraction. Then what should I do?
Override.
Provide the
Override. Now,
implementation.
yeah, that means now the question is, can I override the default method present in an interface?
Yes.
Yes, you can override
Yes.
it. Whenever you're overriding, can I, if I do int I equal to 10 minus 2, what is the logic I'm doing here?
Subtraction.
Subtraction of two numbers. Now, if I call the a.m3 method, which method will be called? Is it a overridden method or interface method?
Overridden.
Overridden method.
Okay. Now, you get the point that I'm trying to say, right?
Yes.
So look at here, I'm getting 8. So my output is no longer coming into from the interface, right? That means what is the advantage of having a default method in an interface? It will provide the backward compatibility. Okay. Now, how can you access a interface default method? By creating a child object. Can you override the default method? Yes, I can override. Now, look at here. If I am overriding, and if I'm creating a child object and calling, I'm getting a overridden method. But I have a requirement. Sometimes I want to call the interface default method. Then, so if I'm overriding it, is it possible to call the interface default method by using a child object?
Always it calls overridden.
Overridden method, right? So others, are you able to get my question, what I'm trying to ask?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So that means my question is now, if I am not overriding it, it is calling the test1 interface default method. If I am overriding, it will since it as per the inheritance principle, it will call the overridden method. But now sometimes I want to call the overridden method, so I will use class name dot, object name dot method name. But in some scenarios, I want to call the interface abstract method, interface default method. Then how can I do? That's where,
To provide the reference of interface.
yeah. So the way to call the default method present in interface is, the signature is interface name dot super dot default method name. Okay. So this is a signature, interface name dot default super dot default method name. What's the interface name? Test1 dot super dot, what's the default method name?
M3.
M3. Yeah. But why am I getting error here?
Not a static method.
Which one is not a static method?
Is M3.
Okay. I mean, what exactly error here?
We are calling static method.
So from a static method, can you call a non-static method? From a static block
No.
or from a static method, can you call a non-static method?
You cannot
we can.
call.
No.
If you look here, main method is a static method
Static method.
Static
and
method.
M3 is a non-static method. Can you call?
Inside a normal method.
No.
we can call.
Yeah. So what I need to do? Just create, like, let's look at here, M3, or write some method. Okay. Or within the M3 also you can call, correct?
Yes.
Now, or let's create one more method called public void display. Okay. And then call it here, right? Now, how do I call the display method? A dot display, correct?
Mm.
Yeah. So that means, what is the way to call the default method present in an interface? Using a child object you can call, or if you want to call always the default method of an interface, then interface name dot super dot default method name.
Hi. This is Suren. I
Yeah.
have a question. Can't we just call super.m3 line number 20?
No, if you are calling a super.3, so can you do multiple inheritance, right? Here, let's create,
Oh, okay.
if
I
you're
I
just
I I
keeping
understood. I understood.
yeah,
I understood. Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you.
you
Because
need to
of
tell,
multiple
yeah,
inheritance, we have to prefix with
put
the
the
interface.
interface name. You need to tell that what interface you're
Correct.
calling, correct? Yeah.
Correct. That
You
makes sense.
you may have the same default method name in two interfaces also.
Got you. It's a very good
Yes.
point. Very good
Yeah.
point.
Yes, yes.
Any questions, guys? Anyone?
Can you repeat what the default method in two interfaces? I didn't
Okay.
understand.
So here, the question that is asked is, why am I writing an interface name? Why can't I directly call super.m3? Super means, see, this is the inheritance principle, right? So super means it's one. So directly, why can't I keep super.m3? Why do I need to put the interface name? Okay. So there is a possibility that whenever you're using an interface, you can have multiple you can implement a multiple interfaces at a time. Okay, so let us take, I have a test2 interface. Okay, now let us write test2 also a interface. Now I have a default m3 method. Now if I go to a1 class, now I will can I implement two interfaces?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Test two.
Yes. Okay, done. Now whenever I say, if I
Super.
don't mention this one, if I say super.m3, you tell me which interface method is getting called. Is it a test1 m3 method or test2 m3 method?
Ambiguity to the compiler.
Ambiguity, correct? You need to mention that which class interface method you are calling, right? So that's the reason you need to mention the interface name dot super dot method name. So this is the way to access a default method is interface name dot super keyword dot default method name.
So
And
the
yeah.
same entry method can be like defined here, like down, and put like test2 dot super dot m3.
Yes, you can do test2 dot super dot m3. Okay, the method name is same. See here, I just copy pasted. So the logic of the two methods are also same, correct?
Yes,
But in the test2, instead of, can I say that now what is the logic I'm doing in the test2 m3 method?
multiplication.
In the test1 m3 method?
Addition.
So method name is same, return type is same, both are default methods, but can I say the logic is different?
Yes.
Yeah. So now if you call from this line, addition will be executed. From this line, so multiplication will be executed, right? So that's the reason so there is a possibility of multiple inheritance. So you can implement multiple interfaces. At that time, you need to know which interface default method you are calling, correct? So that's the reason whenever you're calling a default method of a present in an interface directly, one way you can call is by inheritance. Like by creating a child object, you can call that, everyone knows. It's an inheritance principle. But if you want to call the method present in an interface directly, then interface name dot super dot default method name.
So what if there is no override method here, and I have implemented two interfaces where both of the methods have the default method, M3 non-abstract? Then which one will be called?
So it's always you are mentioning the interface name, right? Here, whenever you are, I see, if don't think that, so let us take that you are not overriding, correct? You can keep this code in other instance method also, right? So don't write this one, okay? Can I write here also? No. Did I override the M3 method? No. See, in my display method, why can't I keep this code here in the main block? Because main is a static method. From a static context, you cannot call non-static method, right? So that's the reason I have to put this in a one instance method. This is an instance method. See, look at here. Test1.super.m3 means addition will be performed. Test2.m3 super.m3 means multiplication will be performed, correct?
Sir, what about line number 28, sir? Like here, which one will be called? A.m3 means?
Overridden.
A.m3 means, okay, that now there is an ambiguity. That's the reason you are getting a question. Yeah. See, compilation error. That's earlier. So that means if I override it, if I see, it is not only here. Even if it is a normal in the normal interface multiple inheritance, if you are having a same method in multiple interfaces and you are not overriding, there is ambiguity for compiler, right? So here for A is a child object. Okay, now at that time, what I need to do, I have to do like this: test1.a.new3. Then there is no ambiguity for here. A.m3 means it will call the test1 m3. But if I am creating a child object, and if I am putting like a.m3, then if I am putting a.m3, here itself you see the compilation error, right? Because override default method present in this one. See, look at here. Compiler is not able to distinguish that test1 has a m3 method, test2 has a m3 method, but it is not able to where to go, right? Because whenever you say super, this is also a parent, this is also a parent. So that's the reason you need to override it if you have a same method. So if you are overriding it, now whenever I say a.m3, where it will go? A1 class m3 method, correct? Now if I call the display method, it will come here. And then in the display method, if you want to, in a specific scenario, you want to call test1 method, this is what you can do. In a specific scenario, you want to call test2 method, this is what you can do. Hope that answers your question.
Yeah, correct, sir. Thank you.
I mean, that whatever the said scenario that you said, that is common for before Java 8 also, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so let's summarize what is the advantage of having a default method. The advantage of having a default method in an interface is to provide the backward compatibility. What is meant by backward compatibility? Then take one example. So let us suppose that A1 class, A2 class, A3 class is implementing one interface. Before Java 8, if I create one more abstract method in the interface, all the three classes I have to change. But instead, from Java 8 onwards, instead of creating abstract method, I will create a default method. So then I don't need to change the code in A1 class, A2 class, A3 class. So that is nothing but a backward compatibility. Now, what is the way to class access the default method? Interface name dot super dot default method name. Okay, now let's go into a static methods. Now, apart from the default methods, in a interface, we can write static method also. Okay, now let's write, see here. Static void.
Instead of writing default, can we write public void?
Here, default keyword should be there. It's a public only. Whenever you say default, the access modifier public also will be there. Like even if you write, not a problem. See, if you remove the default, it will not.
Okay.
See, that's what. See, it is telling abstract method do not have. So that means if you remove it, so you need to tell that it's a default method. So you have to use a default keyword.
Okay. Yeah, understood. Yeah. Thank you.
No. So if it is not a public, can you override it? But that means by default, it's a public only, right? Okay.
Yes.
Now we can also write a static method in an interface. Look at here. I'm able to write. Okay. No. Am I getting any compilation error? No. So now what is the reason to have a static method? Let us see. Now, in order to explain this, do you guys know is the array list is synchronized?
No.
Okay. So let's do list integer L equal to new array list. Array L dot add 10. Okay. Now array list is not synchronized, correct? To make it array list synchronized, what do I need to do?
In collection class, one method is there.
So there is a class called collections, correct?
Yes.
Collections is a class present in java.util package. Synchronized list, there is a method, correct? See, this method, if I pass it, then it will become a synchronized. Now, what is this collections? It's a class.
Yes.
Why they see it is introduced from Java 1.2, right? So what is the reason to introduce this collections class? Does anyone know what is the reason to introduce this collections class?
To hold a list of objects.
No. That is a
of
collection
objects.
interface. That is a collection.
Collection
We have
interface.
different things, right?
Yes, yes.
So we have collection is an interface. Collection. Look at here. Collection. It's a singular. This is an interface. This is nothing but to hold the group of an objects. Correct? It's a collection framework from which list interface, set interface, queue interface will come. Right? But I'm talking about these collections. It's a plural. Do you see the difference?
Yes.
It's a class.
Yes.
Now, my question is, what is the reason to have this class?
To perform some operation on top of a collection object, they introduce some.
Utility methods it's
Yes, yes.
So can I say that utility methods means, see here, collection is an interface. It is there from 1.2. Whenever it is an interface in a 1.2, in the Java 2 version or Java 1.2 version, can you write non-abstract methods in an interface?
No.
It can have only abstract methods, right? At that time, long back.
Yes.
Now, so one of the
Yes.
utility synchronized array list is not synchronized. In order to make it synchronized, they have to write some code. Can they write that method in the collection interface?
No.
No. Then what they have written, all those utilities, see, converting the array list to a list or sorting the data, you have a sort method, correct? See, collection.sort. What is this sort? It's a static method. That means it's a utility method. You will give the list, automatically it will sort the data and then it will give you back, right? Now, let's do synchronized list. There is a method called synchronized list. So what are all these methods are doing? What are the synchronized set method? What is this method is doing? It's a static method. Directly you can access with a class name. This method will sort synchronize to your set object, right? Similarly, we have a synchronized list object. That means in the Java 1.2 version, the Java creators has introduced a class called collections. The usage of this class is to provide the utility functionalities, correct? Because in the Java 1.2 version, in the interface, they cannot write non-abstract methods. That's where they created a separate class and have written all the utility methods, right? Now, but since from Java 8 onwards, interface is allowing a static methods, then can I directly write it here? I don't need to create a new class, right? So that means what is the use of this static methods? To provide some utility functionality. Hope you guys understand this.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the advantage or the reason to have a static method in a Java 8 interface onwards is to provide the utility functionality. How this utility functionality used to be happened before Java 8? So they used to create a class and then provide it. Now that's the reason if you look at here, collection interface, before Java 7 or before Java 8, they cannot write non-abstract methods. But if you look at here, there are some, let's see here, there are non-abstract methods also from Java 8 onwards. Let's see here, somewhere it is present here. See, do you see? There is a method called default method called toArray. Does it have an implementation?
Yes.
Because from Java 8 onwards, you can add default method. It's a default method. So let's go to static method. So going forward, if they want to write one more default method, one more static method, do they need to go to the collections class or they can write in a collection interface itself?
Interface itself.
Interface
Interface.
itself. Yeah. So that means you don't need to create a new class, correct? From Java 8 onwards, if you want to write any utilities, you don't need to create a separate class. Within the interface itself, you can write. So the advantage of having a interface static method is to provide the utility methods. Okay. Now the question is, can I say now whatever the default method I'm writing in an interface, I'm able to override it. Correct? Now, can I override the static method present in an interface?
No.
No.
Okay. So first of all, leave about the interface. I have two classes, class A and class B. I have two class A extends B. In a B class, in class B, I have one static method called A1. Can I override this A1 in B? Sorry, A
No.
class? Why?
We cannot
Mm.
override static methods. So once we declare the method as static, so
It is
So you can
redefining a
hide it.
method actually.
You can hide it. You can hide it. I mean, by declaring into the
Method
same
hiding.
class, you can hide it.
Yeah. So that means, see here, with the same signature, I can write a method in an interface, but it does not mean that it's a overriding, correct? See here. Now here, am I able to write a show method? See what is my A1 is a class. What is the parent for A1? Test1. Now test1, does a test1 has a static method called show?
Yes.
Yes. Now,
Yes.
am I able to write the same name with the same name, same keyword, and
Yes.
some different implementation? Am I able to write it? Yes.
Yes.
Does it mean that overriding?
No, it is
No.
redefining.
Yeah, it is redefining. So overriding is possible for instance methods only. Static methods belongs to a class. See, here, can I say this static method belongs to this interface, correct? And this static method belongs to this class, right? So static method, if you are trying to put a same method in the parent and child relationship for a static, it does not mean that it's overridden. It means that you are redefining a method. Now, if you write this override annotation, you will get an error. Look at here. See, I'm getting a compilation error, right? See, the method show of type A1 must override the implemented super type. That means, see, show is not, it says to, this method itself is, with a show name, there is no default instance method in a parent. That is what it is telling. Okay. Now, can I override a static, if someone is asking you that, can I override a static method present in an interface? The answer is,
No.
we cannot, overriding static method is not possible. But even if you are writing a same method name signature in the child class, it means that you are redefining a method, but not you're overriding it. Okay. Now the next question is, how can I call the class static method present in a class?
Class name followed by method.
Show method present in A1 class. Okay. Now, in order to call the static method present in a class, we do class name followed by static method name, right? Now, how can I call the static method present in an interface?
Same
interface.
interface name followed by method.
Interface name followed by method name. That's the thing. See here, test1 dot show, right? So that means, so how can I access the static method present in an interface? Interface name dot static method name. How can I access the interface, static method present in a class? Class name dot method name. Any questions so far?
Will you repeat this once again? This one.
So, which one?
This A1.show and test.show. That
Okay.
statement what you said.
Okay. So here, what is a show? It's a static method present in a class, correct? A1 is a class, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So A1 is a class and show is a method present in a A1 class. Now, how can I access a static method present in a class? What is the signature that you do? Can I say class
That is
name
the class name.
followed by static method name, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So this everyone know already. We all have. So what is the new thing that we are learning now? We are writing a static method in an interface. Now, how to access the static method present in an interface? The signature here is interface name dot static method name. The only difference between default and static is, in order to access a default method present in an interface name dot super dot default method name. In order to access a static method present in an interface name dot static method name. Hope you understood now.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, sir. One doubt.
Yes.
Yeah.
So why we use the static method? So what is the use case of that?
That is what I said, utility method. See, now currently, so why do you use this sort method? In the collections, see, if I'm asking you, let's, like, now I'm giving you this array list, okay? Okay. Now, is this array list sorted, guys? The one who asked the question, is it sorted?
No.
So I want you to write a program to sort this array list. What do you do?
We have to write the collections dot sort and
Okay.
pass the list of.
So collections dot sort method, correct? Whenever you're using a collection dot sort, what is this a sort? It's a method, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is this?
Class.
So you are accessing a method using a class name. That means what type of this method?
Static method.
Static method. So why have you written this sort method in a collections class?
Because this method we can use to
sort it.
So yeah.
So that means, can I say this? It is one of the utility method.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So now, why have you written this utility method in a separate class called collections? Why not in a collection interface? Because whenever this collections interface is developed, that time, what is the Java version? 1.2.
1.2.
So
Yes.
in that 1.2 version, can you write a non-abstract methods in an interface?
No.
So that is the reason you have created a separate class. The Java creators have created a separate class, and they've used a static method, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, from Java 8 onwards, can I write a static methods in an interface?
Yes.
So going forward, let us take in Java 17 or Java 19, or let us take, we have a list is a interface or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So in the list is a interface. Look at here, there is one off method. What is this method, guys?
Static.
So, and it is present in where?
List interface.
List interface. So in interface, they have, see, why they have written this one? They should have written this in a collection interface, correct?
Yeah.
Collections class, sorry. Collections class, but they have written this one in here. The what is this method is doing? This method, the use of this method is to provide a immutability list. Okay, immutable list. It is unmodifiable list or immutable list. It will provide. This is one of the Java 9 feature. Look at here. From Java, I mean, since Java 8, you are allowing the static methods in an interface. What is the advantage? So that means static method will provide the utility purpose, correct?
Yes.
So now, what is that? If someone is asking you what is the advantage of the question that you asked, what is the advantage? So earlier, we used to write the utility methods in a collections class because I cannot write a non-abstract methods in an interface. But from Java 8 onwards, see, the same static method can be moved from here to the interface, correct?
Yes, correct.
So now you get the answer for your question?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, there was a question from someone else.
Sir, for moving onwards,
sorry, one person.
Moving onwards, there should not be any method we need to Java people want to write in collections class, right?
They can write. So if you are writing a list interface, okay, what can access? Only
Defaults.
array list, only linked list, vector, correct?
Okay.
But if you are writing in a class, in a collections, you can access irrespective of that, right? It all depends on your implementation, right?
Okay. Based on our requirement, we need to select.
Yeah. But anyways, you will not be writing, right? Because that is taken care by Java people. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. There was another question from someone.
You said static methods are in the subclass we are not overriding and it is redefined. Can you explain that one once again?
Yeah. So here, whenever you are writing a static method, first of all, overriding, there is a concept, right? Overriding concept is applicable for only instance method, correct? Right? So that's a dynamic polymorphism. So here, M1 method is there. So in the test one interface also M1 method. Is it an abstract method? Yes, it's an abstract method, but is it a static or instance?
Instance method.
So instance method can be overwritten. That means you do not know the logic here, so you are writing the logic here so that it knows. Okay. Now, but whenever you are writing a static method belongs to so the memory gets allocated for a static method during the class loading time. You don't need to have an object, correct? So now here, if you look at here, now here I have overridden the M3 method, correct? whether it's a default. So in the interface, you have written a default method. So this default, it's a default method, but is it an instance or static?
Instance.
Instance only. That means, so now here, whenever you are, so if you are overriding, so let's write, you have overridden this method, correct? Now, M3 method. Now, if I create an object like this, let's do. Now here in the main method, what I have done, I have created an object. See, A equal to new A1. Okay, I have created an object. Now, whenever I call A.M3, will the output will come from a M3 method of a A1 class or interface?
A1 class.
A1, because I have overridden it, correct? If I do not override it, what happens? From interface. That means here which method to be called, is it taken, the decision is taken at the compile time or at a runtime? Runtime, correct? So that means it's a runtime polymorphism. And that is taking, based on your object, it is determining, correct? But whenever you're writing a static method, do you need an object? See, whenever you're writing a static method, do you need an object?
Directly we can call.
No, you don't need an object. That means static variable or static method belongs to a class. These will be occupied the memory during the class loading time. That's the reason if you are writing a same static method in an interface, same static method in a class, it does not termed as a overriding, because overriding is possible for instance methods only. If you are using a same method name in a parent and child, that is called, this belongs to A1 class. This belongs to test1 interface, correct? You have a clear-cut segregation because it's a static. So that is the reason we call it as a redefining, not overriding. Hope you get it now.
Yes. Thank you.
So any more questions, anyone?
No.
So guys, let's I hope you guys have got the email yesterday from the Ashok IT on how to do the enrollment.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is the email that I'm referring, guys. If you are seeing my screen, so in this email you have a session 1 link. This is a yesterday link. So I'm just putting this session in the chat. This is a link I'm putting in the chat. For those people who joined only today, you can watch this video so that you will get a yesterday what we have discussed in the yesterday class. Or those who are watching in a YouTube for today first time, if you want to watch it, then just go to YouTube. Just go to YouTube, type Ashok IT. Okay. So you can see Ashok IT channel and then go to live section. Go to live section. So in the live section, you can see here, Java 8 features 01. So this is a yesterday video, and Java 8 features session 2. This is the video that is going on. Okay. So this is how you can watch it. Now, so in this email, you can see the enrollment process. So if you are willing to join for this course, you can do the payment. Like this is the bank details. Those who did not get an email, check your spam folder, or you can take a screenshot. Okay, this is the bank account number, this is IFSC, and you can configure this bank account. And the fee for this course is 2,500. Right? So you do the transfer and take a screenshot, payment screenshot, and then attach that, send that payment screenshot to this email ID mentioned here, ashokitpayments@gmail.com, by providing your name, contact number, that is a WhatsApp number, and course code. Course code is nothing but 07. It is not 6, 07 Java features. Timing is 9 AM to 10 AM. Attach the payment screenshot. Okay. Forward payment detail to your WhatsApp number. So you can do this one and then send that screenshot to this WhatsApp number. Then they will verify your payment, and you will get a confirmation email and you will get a call from them. Because in the call, they will mention how to join the everyday class and how to access the video recordings. So as I mentioned, if you enroll, so recordings also will be provided up to 6 months access. Okay. So whoever is interested, so tomorrow will be the last demo class, guys. So we started yesterday. Since it is a 15 days only, we are putting a 3 demo classes. And in the tomorrow demo class, we will start learning what is a lambda expression, how to write a lambda expression. That is very important. Please join and you can listen. So by tomorrow, if anybody is interested, please do the enrollment. And from Monday onwards, or we can say that this Saturday, okay, from Saturday onwards, the Zoom link is going to be changed, and whoever has done the enrollment, they will be given with the access. Any questions?
Yes, sir. Is it only Java 8 features, or can you
So for now, so I'm taking Java 8 only, which is from by 22nd we will complete. So after 22nd, I'll be on. I'll be out of the town. So in the new year, we'll start Java 9 and 11 again. So generally, I do take Java 8, 9, 11 together, but I have got some request to take the 8 as soon as possible because some of the people are attending the interviews. So that's the reason we'll be completing Java 8 within 15 days. And in the new year, we'll start Java 9 and 11. You can continue attending the Java 9 and 11. And again, it will also have the demo classes.
Will you take lecture on Sundays also?
No, not Sunday, only Saturday.
that is different, sir?
Yeah, 9 and 11 is different, yes.
Sir, 9 and 11, how many days it will take, sir?
It will take around 15 to 20 days.
Again, is that separate course or is it?
Yeah, it is a separate. It is whatever we are discussing, it's only Java 8.
Okay.
But I used to teach these three together, but since some of now year end, some of the companies are what you call putting some they have to see every year they'll have some requirement window to be or requirement target to be achieved, right? So that's the reason some of the companies are having continuously providing the calls. So I got some request to the Ashok IT to take the Java 8. So that's the reason we are planning. And I should have taken the 9 and 11 together, but I am not available after 22nd. So why do see promising and then going for a leave for 1 week, you will be forgetting everything. So that's the reason I'll stop 8 here. On by 22nd, I'll complete 8. And in the January 2024, by 3rd of January or 10th of January, we will start the Java 9 and 11.
Sir, you completed collections and all those things, sir, previously?
Yeah, collections we recently completed. Currently in the morning, I teach advanced data structures.
Okay, data structure.
Yeah, advanced data. I teach data structures, collections, threads, core Java,
Sir, we
advanced
are not
Java,
able to
Java
hear
8,
you.
9. Are you guys able to hear me?
Yes, sir. Now we are able.
Okay. Is it good and clear now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sir,
So
sir,
I do. Yeah.
Sir, when you are going to plan again your next DSA batch?
Next?
DSA batch.
Maybe in next year, not now.
Next year, this is next month.
I mean, end of Feb. So currently, whatever I am teaching, that will be completed by first week or by the Sankranti time. Okay. So
Okay.
maybe after that, students will go to the hometown, right? So maybe you can expect in a first week of February or something.
Again, sir, your design pattern, how many videos that are available from the Ashok IT, sir?
All the videos are available.
And how many in the count?
So we discussed about 22 design patterns, right? Behavior, structural, creational, all the behavioral, structural, creational, and then 7 to 8 microservice design patterns.
Mostly it's 22, 25 classes that I expect.
30, you can say 30. I have explained design principles also in that.
I sent a message in WhatsApp. They sent demo links. That's why I'm asking.
Okay, yeah. So if you wanted to enroll for that?
Yes. I sent a message in WhatsApp. They already sent demo videos.
Okay. So if you want to enroll, like once you enroll, I mean, the fee is around 5,000 for that. You can
Alright.
get all the recordings. The recordings will contain about all the behavioral, structural, creational, and then microservice design patterns. Also, I talked about the design principles also in that. You can watch it. I mean, you can ask me the doubt. So you have attended my previous batches too, right, Sunil?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah,
That's
you
why
know
it's-
how to reach out to me, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so you can ask me doubt, and once you enroll it, let me know. I can share the code. I think they might not have the code there with them, so I'll try to find out the code and notes. I'll try to share it with you if you enroll.
Again, the live batch is going to. Is there any planning, sir?
Not now. I'm fully occupied.
Okay. Next
Sir,
DSA
before-
batch is I think in February is the only thing.
Yeah,
Sir?
maybe. Yeah.
If we take the backup classes, can you allow me to, if we never join the live classes, if you have any notes like?
Which one? Which batch you're talking?
I want to take total collections and advanced algorithm, data structured algorithm.
Yeah. Data structures, currently it's going on. You can join the everyday class, morning 7:15 a.m. to 8:15 a.m. Okay.
Same time, I have another.
Okay. So yeah, you can enroll it. Yeah, in future, see, but see, that is what you can next time whenever I start it, you can join it. But I cannot guarantee you that when it will start exactly, right?
Presently, I am attending the interviews. I'm facing some issue, coding issue. I'm unable to clear the coding. That's why I'm taking.
Yeah, you can take, you can avail, you can watch the recordings. See, my recordings will be as same as like I'm teaching you directly.
Yes, I understood.
Okay. So you don't need to, I mean, you can join. If you inform to the Ashok IT admin, they'll give you the permission. Okay.
No, sir. Okay.
But I see, as of now, I'm saying that in a February, I may start new data structures. But there are some personal constraints or some other issues might happen. It may get postponed to March also. But you need to have the patience. If you are ready with that, you can enroll.
Yes, I'm taking video both for the. But I need if you have some watch after watching also have some what we call
Yeah,
doubts.
if you have a doubt, see, for example, if you assume that you are joining for Java 8 features, okay? Now, and you also enrolled for data structure videos, okay? Now, while going through the data structure videos, if you have any doubts, you can ask me in the Java 8 class also at the end. After the Java 8, as I mentioned that now you're asking a question at the end of the class, right? So you can ask the data structure question also to me at the end of the class. I'm going to help you.
Okay, sir.
I don't say that data structure question should be asked only in data structure class.
No,
Java 8
I-
question, no, nothing like that. You can ask me any Java question. If
Yes,
I'm
sir.
able to answer it, I'll let you know. If not, there are some questions which I may not be aware, right? As a
Yes, sir.
human being, right? So I'll study those and then I'll come back to you.
Yes, sure, yes. But we need to. I'm unable to clear the coding test. Sir. They are asking so many.
Yeah, for that you need to practice it. Like, see, I teach. So in the data structures also, if you look at have you seen my demo classes?
Yeah, one or two started. Bubble start I started.
So the way I taught you guys is don't you don't need to butify the code. So what is the advantage of, like, I'll explain the algorithm and I'll convert that into a coding, right? So if you are able to, if from my demo classes, if you are able to grasp it and if you are able to practice it, then only enroll for it.
Yes.
Okay. So once you enroll, let me know. I can share you the code.
Yes, sir.
Or whoever wants to enroll any of my previous batches, ping your mobile number, contact, and name to me in the chat so that Ashok IT can contact you.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Okay.
Yes.
So guys, tomorrow will be the last demo class. If you are interested, please do enroll. And tomorrow we are going to look at the lambda expression, like what is a lambda expression, how to write a lambda expression for a interface, etc. Tomorrow class will be interesting. Please don't miss it. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thanks for joining. Have a nice day.
And one last question, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So these Java 8 feature, it's going to take only 2 weeks to complete the course?
By 22nd, I'll complete for sure.
Okay, thank you, sir.
22nd December, I'll complete. So generally, like my classes, right? I'll be on time. if there is an emergency, I'll let you know that I'll not be able to take the class. But I would say that 99% of times I complete the course on time. Not only Java 8, any course I take. Okay, maybe 1 or 2 days here and there, but I'll complete.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So the previous guys, students can provide a feedback on that. Guys, anyone who attended my previous batches, what about the timings and punctuality?
Yes, sir. My name is Sunil, and I have attended the core Java and the Java 8 features. First of all, I attended the Java 8 features, Java 8, 9, 11 features actually. So I attracted towards the sir. That's why again we people made some requests to sir to start the core batch, core Java batch. So that sir was started that one, and that was also going fine. That's why every time I'm going to attend sir demo classes. And coming to the way of teaching, it is not a one-way communications. Whenever you are going to stuck anywhere, you should stop there and you need to ask. It is best solution from the SaaS side. Actually, if you attend any particular other classes, they mute yourself. So at the end only you're going to have a chance to speak to your problem, right? So that is not the case over here. And coming to the class timings, it is very punctual, and whatever the sir decided to complete at the end of the course, definitely he's in the time only. That is the best thing from the Karthik sir. Thank
So
you.
I'll make sure that the things are completed on time, because see, your time is, my time is also important, and I respect your time also. Correct. So because you are paying and then I have to do some other work, my personal problems will be there, personal issues, everything. So to carry out everything, will be on time and will complete on time. And after the completion of, at the end of the class or in middle of the course, I have shown you the course content, right? In the course content, we'll tick mark everything that we have completed, whether we have completed everything or not. So we'll have a session for that also, and we'll see how much we have completed and what are left, etc.
Yes. If you have any problem related to the course content, you can ask the sir also. And other than the course also, you're having any questions, sir is happy to help us.
So any other questions, anyone? Yeah. So you can go to the Ashok IT live section in your YouTube. You can watch my previous videos too, guys. I taught data structures, threads, collections also. Just go down wherever you can see data structures and algorithm. If you play that video, you can recognize my voice, right? You can watch that. Threads is the one only I teach in the Ashok IT. Not only Ashok IT, I think in the entire Amirpet, I'm the one only who teaches complete threads. When I say threads, it's a completely what you call whenever it's, in outside tutorials, whenever the thread topic comes, they'll explain just what are the different ways to create a thread. But I have taken a separate thread course. So in that, I talk about the multi-threading, executor framework, uh, deadlock, read-write lock, re-entrant lock, semaphore, countdown latch, everything. I can say I'm the only one who is taking the entire Amirpet, that course. So you can have just if you go to the Ashok IT live section, you can see the threads demo classes as well. You can watch that. Okay. So that's all for today, guys. If no question, that's all for today. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you all. Thanks for joining. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir.